Hi, welcome to Pantsless Table's charity event, part 3, I guess, but this is game 9. We are vibing with a bunch of really cool people for game 9, which is 2400 Tempus Diducit. I'm assuming, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I've only seen it read or like written down. Yeah, so we have a really cool cast of really cool people here who are going to do really cool things. I'm just here to help facilitate and be here for the ride and the vibes because that is what I enjoy doing. So we're gonna have players introduce themselves really quick, players and the DM, before we can hop right into the game. So we'll start with alphabetical order with Adi. Tell us about yourself.
Hello, folks on the internet. I am Adi MK. I am a writer, artist, and soon to be baker and cake artist. Please follow me on Noonlight Creations on Instagram, and looking forward to the chaos that will unfurl as we proceed.
It's cool. Also, that's really cool, Adi. I saw your message about baking stuff, but I haven't been 100%, but that is so cool. I have always wanted to do baking stuff, so that's fantastic. Okay, Denver. I love the getup. Who are you, and who are you playing?
Hi, you guys. I'm Denver. I am playing Eggle the Wanderer, and I've been on Pantsless streams before with Apocalypse Keys. And you can find me on the Bird app at DEA Grant Draws, on Blue Sky as Dendinius, and on Twitch as DJD20.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun playing Apocalypse Keys in Denver, and season 2 is coming soon. Kristen, tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Kristen. I am playing Spicy Fist, the prisoner escapee, and I go by Amazing Crazy Asian on my socials, but I'm not actually that active on it. But you can still add me, and we can be friends. Yeah.
Love it. Who doesn't want to be friends? Want to make new friends, right? Yeah. I don't know why I'm making commentary after everything. I thought I did it with Ali, so I should do it for everyone. But like, anyway, this is not how I usually do this. I'm not this awkward. But also, I've slept like 6 hours in the last 48. So anyway, Laura, tell us about yourself.
Hi, everybody. I'm Laura, or Bard. You can find me as the Bard with many names on Twitch, where I stream from time to time, and I'm going to be playing Mary, the holy AI collecting data in the name of God.
Hell yeah. Okay. VampyreBytes, you're next.
Hello, I'm VampyreBytes. You can find me lurking around in Twitch chats and Discord servers all over the place. I will be playing Dr. Oit, the joyriding time traveler. Not at all based on a certain doctor from a certain license, because we're not licensed.
Fantastic. I absolutely love the certain doctor from certain licensed, completely legally distinct things that we're talking about. Absolutely. I do love a good time travel adventure as well. So that's fantastic. And last but not the least, our DM, Vish. I don't hear you. Wait.
I think so.
Oh shit, you're doing the double audio thing, right? My bad. Sorry, let me fix that really quick. I didn't I should have fixed that properly for you. That is on me. Apologies. And the internet should be able to hear you now. All right.
All right. Okay, now it's fine. Hi, I'm
Yep.
Vish. I don't really exist publicly on the internet as much, but yeah, you can find me on Instagram at loaded underscore icosahedron. Yeah, I will be running this crazy, amazing game round.
Perfect. All right. I'm gonna bounce. I'm gonna take another quick nap. I hope you all have fun, and I will see you in about whenever you take a break, and then when you end. All right. Good luck. Have fun, and
Sleep
yeah,
well, Steve.
try not to break the timelines or anything.
You earned it.
That is definitely not what we intend to do, darling.
All right. So for the audience, today we are playing 2400 Tempus Diducit. Even I am not sure of how this is pronounced. Uh, it's one of many micro RPGs designed by Jason Tocci, and it's great. Check it out. So,
Isn't it Latin?
it
It's
is
just
Latin,
isn't it?
but I'm not sure how it is pronounced. It means time
Oh.
unraveled.
In German, it would, also with a really strong German accent, it would be Tempus Diducit.
All right, we'll go with that. Tempus Diducit. Uh, so, yeah. So, this game takes place after time, as in the linear time has stopped existing for reasons unknown to all the people that exist now on this place, which is kind of like Earth. Uh, Everywhere, everything is here all at once. Things are out of time and but also fit right where they belong. In this small pocket of uh, this unraveled Earth, small regions are held together uh, by this figure known to the locals as just the God Emperor. Some people call them the admin, some people call them the goddess of our freeing, some people call her the provident quiltrist. We don't know, uh, but something is happening to that God Emperor. They are losing their memory of how the thread of time existed, and that is causing this place to start breaking down again. And our uh, timeless adventurers are going to go collect some artifacts from the God Emperor's memories to fix things. Uh, so we're going to have uh, we're basically going to be going on a scavenger hunt across these places where the history, present, and future has collided, trying to collect these things. Uh, so, uh, the first place that we see is uh, this looks like a small ancient town on the hill. In the distance, you can see a volcano smoking a little bit. Uh, and these houses are built from granite are look like they are built by Romans, but amidst the streets there walk uh, large cockroaches in military uniforms as they are looking for uh, whoever took uh, an assassination attempt on their leader. As uh, whoever that assassin was has ran away, but you guys where I'm sorry. The What does your time machine look like, Dr. Roy?
So, kind of like a vending machine, but tipped on its side. So, currently, vending machine in canoe format. So, we all kind of are stacked in alongside each other so that Eggle can properly navigate. So, vending machine tipped on its side.
Yeah. So, this vending machine tipped on its side lands on uh, one of the houses in one of the alleyways, uh, across a central plaza where the military seems to be in high alert. People have been taken away. There are people being arrested, taken for questioning. It's so what you know is on the terrace of one of these buildings is an empty energy cell, like a casing of a weapon that just took uh, an attempt on the leader of this post-fall cockroach military. So you need to retrieve it, but as you have gotten there, let's see what we what your challenge for this start would be. So uh, you have landed a couple of buildings away, and the streets are full of patrolling soldiers with energy weapons on them. Uh, what is Egil doing to kind of not? How is Egil doing to not catch the attention of this flying time machine arriving at the scene? And while you do so, you can describe how your character looks.
I
I can't hear Denver.
yeah.
It doesn't. Denver, we still can't hear you. I think we just lost audio.
Hey, what's the tabletop RPG stream without technical issues, eh?
Yeah.
Technical difficulties, they always turn up in the most awkward of places, don't they?
I'm glad that I never had one. As far as I know.
All right. Uh, we still can't hear you. In the meantime, we'll just continue then voice. So, as you guys exit onto the streets, uh, what is your approach to get to this place, which is like 4 buildings away, but completely patrolled by military?
Could I roll a die to know what I know about the world view of these cockroaches? That's a sentence I didn't thought I would say tonight, but you never know. So worldview was a D10. That's a D12. Here's a D10. I've got a 6. So DM, tell me about the worldview of these radioactive cockroaches.
So these cockroaches took power sometime 400 years from now in our current timeline, and largely they are a very authoritarian militaristic people which have taken over the world, which was left very poorly, and they are not very happy to see humans around. So but otherwise they, in this time frame, they are really isolationists. They just want to keep things together. They don't really, they want to keep the outsiders out.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yay!
Okay.
So
Denver, are you talking right now? Oh no, okay. I would rely all of those information to the group.
So you're saying that they probably wouldn't be open to just waltzing in and saying, "Don't mind us."
I am
really my
pretty
approach.
certain that they won't be fond of that.
It doesn't matter what type of men they are, but soldiers who are isolationists and stamped down by high authority are generally looking for any excuse to party, from what I understand.
It will be worth a try. But right now they seem to be in a state of alarm.
This is true, isn't it? I do wonder. My DM, my hovering camera drone has a lot of functionalities. One of them being a slight amount of holograms that allow it to take on different forms. Can I make the camera drone appear to be a fleeing human assassin and have it take the people or the cockroaches on a merry little chase?
Now I'm just trying to think. It's a camera drone. Let's say if you have added a hologram effect, do you reckon a skill applies here?
from my skills that are partying, connections, and etiquette. I don't believe so.
So in that case,
But
I will say you may roll a d6, but on a 1 or 2, you are risk losing your drone.
all right.
I could maybe help you. I am not bad with computers myself. You get it? You get it? Because I'm a computer? That was a joke.
That
I tried a joke.
I could
You're-
try
you're-
guiding it with telekinesis with my glove.
now, darlings, that's going to be mighty useful.
So I would say one of you can help, and the help is more to prevent any harm that comes from the hologram. But Lorelai, you need to roll a 5 or a 6 on a d6. The others can roll. Who's helping? Dr. Oit or Mary?
Go ahead and let the computer help.
Okay, so you can roll for hacking, but a success on hacking will not count. It is only to reduce the risk that of losing the drone. So both of you may roll your respective die, d6 and a d8.
I've got a 5.
I've got a 5 as well.
All right, so you guys create this hologram of like a human assassin hugging the wall, has like carrying a bag of a long range weapon and looking suspiciously around uh, until you see a couple of cockroaches catch its eye, and then the drone starts flying and the hologram assassin starts running as a couple of batches of soldiers call out, split, and you have a straight path to the building as the streets are just running behind this hologram you sent down the other way. Uh, so you are in like a Roman household 2 floors down, and there, yeah, what do you do?
Start looking for the. So we need to get across the town still, right?
I think that you had landed fairly close to the site where you wanted to go. So you are you guys going through inside the house, or are you trying to climb out from the outside?
We know where the energy cell might be.
You know it's supposed to be on the terrace of this building, which is 2 stories.
Right. All right. So, Spicy, the prisoner escapee, he's been kind of like hanging back because there's just like all of these, gadgety hoo-has going on, and he's just like not about that stuff. If you when you look at him, just imagine that viral mugshot photo that went around like some time ago, and it's like the hot mugshot guy. That is basically him. So he's got like this like nice chiseled face. He's nice and tan. He's bald, no eyebrows, but like when you look, the first thing you'll notice are his eyes. Like they're just like this beautiful bright red eyes that you'll just find yourself lost in. And he's got a little bit of 5 o'clock shadow. But yeah, he he stands up and he's just like, I got this, guys. He's got his he's got his climbing gear on. And he is going to attempt to scale this terrace.
All right. Do you have a skill that applies here?
Not at all.
But you have a relevant equipment.
Yes, I do. I do. Spicy has the climbing gear for it because he's on the run and he needs to get out in a jiffy, and his climbing gear has been pretty useful with that so far.
All right. Roll 2d6 on a 1 or like take the higher one. Roll 2d6, take the higher one, and on a 1 or 2, you risk getting spotted by someone, but not necessarily harm.
God damn it! They're both ones.
No.
So, what use, like as you're climbing this buildings, you're scaling it on the other building. From the other building, there is a few shots fired at you as you look over and see somebody like dressed in like all black, like a black jacket, has like a badge, really scraggly beard, and aviator sunglasses. You see Detective Mr. P, the guy who's been chasing you after you, and is like, I thought I will catch you here. And you also see flying above him the spacecraft of a very well-known pirate, as it goes back towards where you dropped off your time machine. Yeah, you are halfway across the building. If you want to get up on top, you can and get the artifact, but you will risk getting shot. And the people below you, you don't necessarily see this assailant, but you definitely heard bullets being fired at your companion.
Ah, shit! I hate that guy.
The Dr. White would like to address the soldiers and attempt to persuade them to stop firing.
So this is not the soldiers. This seems like the time cop.
Okay. Well, yeah. The doctor
you can still
hears.
try.
Yeah, the doctor hears the shots and would like to attempt to persuade. A little adjustment to the cool outfit, and that's a 2.
Yes.
Never mind.
As Lorelai sees the doctor try and do his job, she's gonna step up. By the way, Lorelai Devlin is a dusky belle with red hair that tussles down to her mid-back. She's wearing a red sequin dress that is strategically placed on her very curvaceous body. And she has a small little tote bag where she stores a lot of her things, out of which she pulls a little item that she's picked up from a friend. And I am going to try and use my hypercoil, which is a high tensile pole that extends to 10 kilometers. and I'm going to aim it at like the building, like where that the second floor, like where the top floor is. I'm just going to try and lance it, like plant one end in the on the ground, and then just like extend, retract, extend, retract, extend, retract, and just try and like bore through the bottom of the building.
All right. This it's a cord. If you're going to try to use it in like it extends, but it not wouldn't necessarily bore through. If you're trying to use it that way, it might get lodged here.
Okay.
If you're if you're just willing to lose that item, yeah, we can just no rules necessary. It does what you want.
Well, if it helps Spicy get to our goal, then it's just a little old half coil. I can always get another one.
So you set up this space elevator age tech onto the ground as it shoots onto this building and starts digging the hole. And Spicy, you see Detective Mr. Peak stumble as like the floor beneath him starts giving, and you have the opportunity to go ahead and get onto the terrace as you get like a cylindrical thingamajig. It looks like made of aluminum, but it's some kind of metal alloy. It's very inconspicuous, but in the history of things, if this gets captured by the cockroaches and they find out, it would change the way if humans could return to Earth or not. While this happens and the building collapses and detective is kind of taken care of for the moment, Dr. White, you hear like on with your on your whatever what is your do you have like a watch or any sort of instrument or like a phone sort of a device which would use as a communication thing?
Not listed. Dr. White has a cool outfit, a time machine, and a gauntlet.
I would say
And
this is like an extension. This would be part of like the time machine thing.
Okay.
So maybe it's like just a small device that like beeps as if like, oh, somebody is tampering with the time machine. Yeah, you as the building has collapsed, or at least like collapsing partly, new attention is drawn to it amongst the cockroach army. It's probably time to head back.
Hey, folks, let's round up before we get trapped here.
Let's skedaddle.
All right.
Spicy.
All right, Doctor.
Spice.
Yep. Right over here, Doc. Thanks, Lorelai, for the assistance. I hated that guy.
I know, darling.
Yeah. I can do better.
No. Did they hit you?
Oh,
Are you hurt?
they were shooting at me. Did a few stray bullets, but I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay, that's good. I don't know how to repair a human.
I don't know how to repair a bot.
Well, if you all are done with this adorable conversation, I do believe the doctor did say that our method of transport is being effective. So, as Spicy did say, let us skedaddle, as it were.
All right, so you rush to see a couple of figures waiting outside of your vending machine. Uh, uh, you see the Honda, a gentleman dressed in very rich garbs, and Bastion, a, a pirate of all over the place, has elements from like the 17th century Caribbean pirates to having infrared vision goggles over him. Egil, where like he looks at you and aims a crossbow at you. Uh, like, we'll stop you before you get started. Uh, you should just give up now.
But we already did get started, so I believe you're a bit too late.
Either move or I'll move you.
And
You're blocking
yeah,
my ingress to my vessel. I would like you to move.
yeah, he notches and a bolt into the crossbow.
Oh,
I
I
would.
don't know who you are, but sorry, go ahead, Doc.
I was going to use the gauntlet to try and remove the crossbow from his hand.
Telekinetically?
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, if you can on a 1 or 2, you risk getting shot.
That's fine. It's only a 4.
Okay. uh, so the the crossbow bolt shoots out of the way, but it still lands somewhere in your vicinity, like a little behind you, and it doesn't hit any of you, but it detonates behind you, giving like a ringing sound in all of your ears. And the next roll that anybody is going to make will be hindered in the moment, as yeah. So his crossbow is, though you've kind of pulled the crossbow back, so he cannot use the crossbow again. But they're still in your way. You can try to make it, but they'll need to be pushed away somehow.
I would like to bum rush them with glorious battle.
Okay. Yeah. You might risk getting waylaid on a 1 or 2, but yeah, you can try. And if you roll above, I would say a 9 or above, you manage to take both of them, like clear a path.
Okay. That is a 3.
Damn, can I
So,
be analyzed to know what the fuck is going on? What are we doing wrong?
So, Bastion meets you head on in the fight, and starts takes out like a electrified rapier and will gets into a duel with you. Like, it's very hard to push him away. He's dodging away. You are currently engaged in battle, exchanging blows. This ringing persisting in all of your ears. You have successfully engaged one of them, and Honda is pulling something out of his jacket quietly. Uh,
So as Eagle bum rushes and engages with Bastion, Lola is going to sashay forward with intent in her walk as she walks up towards Honda. Oh, Honda, you little pissant of a man. What are you trying to do now? Are you going to try and ruin my party just again like you tried to do the last time?
And the time before. And the time before. And the time before.
If you would just give me your guest list, I would not be bothering you again. So, are you doing anything
Sorry, I did not hear a word.
Stop him in his tracks?
I didn't hear a word of that because my internet. I didn't hear a word of that because my internet kind of gave up. Oh, God damn it.
All right. Can you hear us now?
Is it better? Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Hello? All right, cool. So I didn't hear a word of that because my internet dropped. What was Honda's response?
Honda said, I would not be bothering you if I just had your guest list. So I'll just kill you for it.
Oh, you poor little darling of a man. You just think that you're more accomplished than you are, but my dear man, I'm sorry, boy, you're not going to have much luck because as I was walking up to him, I kind of take up my little tote bag and I open it and I pull out a semi-automatic pistol and put it in his face and just because as far as I'm concerned, this is an etiquette issue, and there are certain ways where Neo-Babylonians deal with people who break etiquette.
Okay. So you are going to try and shoot. I don't think you have a shooting as a skill.
Yeah, I've just explained that etiquette. It's part of my etiquette training in Neo-Babylon.
I think that's stretching it. I think it's cool. I'll give you a D8 instead. I'm meeting you halfway.
Okay.
But
okay.
on one or two, like he dodges and something, and between 1 to 4, something else is going to happen, which I'll pull that card on you later if something bad happens. But
cool.
I can't tell you now.
It's just that dueling is part of etiquette, if you want to take it that way. So.
Adi, did you just ask the DM, can I use my semi-automatic pistol as part of my etiquette skill?
Indeed. It's a dueling.
Sure. I'm going to cut the difference because, you have a D8.
All right. And that's a 6, DM.
Okay. So you just take him outright as you just shoot him, and then Bastion panics and starts kind of Egil, you think like Bastion's attention is away. You want to probably won't be able to. You can, however you want to deal with him. You have an opportunity. So the next roll that you do, you will roll an additional d6 if you want, or somebody else can take any other action.
I'm gonna try and smack him with the flat part of my axe. Try and knock him out.
All right.
As part of the glorious battle part.
Yeah. So roll your glorious battle die and roll another d6. Take whichever is higher.
That is a 7 on D10.
Yeah, his attention is away. You manage to knock him out. As both of these rivals are kind of like knocked down. One of them is like shot dead, and one of them is knocked down. You hear a distant rumbling as the volcano on the hill starts spewing forth, and dust clouds gather in the sky.
Time to go.
Sounds like we're in Pompeii and it's volcano day.
Lola is just going to flip her hair and to put the Glock back in her little tote bag and call her, Sparky, come on back, darling. It's time for us to leave. Calling for my drone.
Yeah. As the time machine takes over, cuts through the cloud, you have one item gathered. Where is the party headed next? So I will give you guys a couple of options. You have 5 things to collect. There is various ways you can go. Eventually you need to end up in Neo Babylon, at the seat of the power of the God Emperor, which is a floating dystopian cyberpunk city. But in the meantime, the next couple of options you have is you need to collect a trilobite specimen from the Museum of Forever, or you need to collect a certain sketchbook from some king going on an imperial hunt. And so, which way are you heading? Do you want to head to a forest, or do you want to head to a museum next?
I do declare my heels aren't really made for the forest floor, though I can go barefoot if that calls for it.
I was also going to suggest the museum. Egil? Engage.
All right.
All right. Then why don't you roll navigation for Egil to see as like the yeah.
That is a 5.
All right. So you succeed as you. So the Museum of Forever is a large complex distributed across the billions of years of human civilization existing, and even before that. It's hard to navigate, but you find where you need to go, which is in the Precambrian wing. It is a large, it is basically paths cutting across a large lake of bunch of sea creatures. As you want to collect a trilobite, which is like that horseshoe looking crab thing. You want a particular kind, particular sample as you're collecting. But as you get there, uh, so you how you probably would be jumping in with your wax suits, jumping into the water. As you get there, uh, you find the particular specimen easily. There is no nobody's challenging you. But as soon as you reach there, uh, you hear the sound of water getting sucked behind you as a rift opens, and uh, there is what's that watery dinosaur? I forget the name, but there's this that long necked dinosaur, but it's
Mosasaur?
plesiosaur or something like that. Yeah,
I've got the neurospice on the table. I've got that
Diplodocus.
shit covered.
yeah. uh, that that thing shows up. It looks to be modified in a certain way to it's being controlled by someone or something. And as soon as your party is about to reach, it grabs the trilobite and starts swimming away from you. So what are you doing?
I would like to analyze its path and try to see if I cut them off. Like if they are they just like straight moving away from us, or are we still inside of a museum and like there's a floor plan somewhere which I can scan and know where to go.
All right. Yeah. Roll your analyze die. On a 1 or 2, you are fairly confident on which way to go, but that might put more distance.
Analyze was D10 too, right?
Yeah.
That is a 10.
Ah, awesome.
Let's go.
So these like lake-like structures have these tunnels, and they go across time, connecting all the oceanic evolution that has taken place. You kind of see where the path is going and the currents it's taking. You can figure out how to cut it off if you take a few shortcuts. But you, in the meantime, so I will say if you have a strategy to kind of like trap it, or you want to kind of set up in a way that you kind of get ahead and kind of, I don't know, set up some kind of an advantage to stop it. Whoever wants to try to set up, they have an additional d6 from that roll.
So yeah,
Can I? Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Lorelai.
No, Mary would.
So it was just.
It would just like relay all on every information to the group. Like she's talking Wikipedia right now.
Then, if you know exactly where everything is, Mary, maybe we can go to the security office and I can just ask for help from the security, because I do declare something has been stolen and there's a thief around here. And I just like yell out like thief.
Okay. So you want to be more outside the water and kind of help
Yeah.
like put the museum
I'm
security on this?
Yeah, I'm trying to use my connections.
Okay.
But
Well,
Lorelai, Lorelai, aren't we also the thieves here? I don't know.
That's a bridge to cross it when we get to it, Doc.
so I think that actually is the issue here. So you can roll for it, but on a 3 and a 4, the museum security kind of locks in on all of you. On a 1 or 2, it's just you guys.
That's an 8 for me, dear.
All right. So these
With the D6 or without the D6?
Oh, I have to add a D6 as well. I forgot about that one.
I mean, you don't need to add it. It you take the higher one, but I would say this is a kind of a separate action because this information like you are using, but the advantage still carries. I would say the D6 hasn't been used yet,
Okay.
and so you call this out, and across these like complexes, like some places which that group, these ornithocopters kind of like start chasing around and then these small submersibles start popping out ahead, and like this creature has to weave in and out. It has kind of been cornered on one, so in front these submersibles has it cornered, and on from behind whoever from your party is giving it chase, uh however you like it's underwater, so however you like, you're giving it chase, but who wants to be the first one to try to grab the crab?
So yeah, Dr. White wants to try and grab it with telekinesis.
And if that fails, I'll go in.
Yeah, the doctor is currently planning on it working. And when that works, using persuasion to convince the guards that we'll take care of this, don't worry. So that's the current plan. So let's see what the D8 does. That's a 7.
Okay. So you manage to like pull this trilobite towards you as it as you grab it, this creature starts like moving around, moving its head erratically, and seems like it's loose, it's out of control. It's something weird is happening soon with this creature.
I persuade the guards. I'll take care of the trilobite. You take care of that beast. I don't want to do it.
I will aid the doctor by just like throwing my hat up.
That was an 8 on the D10 for persuasion.
Wouldn't we like put the crab back into the water? It might, well, not drown, but like the opposite of drown.
Yeah. So the submersible starts converging on this as the as it starts converging. These this dinosaur's head explodes, and it is near one of the glass walls of the museum as the water starts flooding in all over. Uh, you have maintained a safe distance from it to, like, your party is unharmed by it, but it has caused a larger problem in the museum. In this chaos, uh, uh, so you can make it back to your time machine. Uh, so, uh, Egil, it seems like you didn't quite catch it before, but when the first met up with the time machine, it seems to be kind of messed with, and right now, where it stands, the the path will get flooded where you kept the time machine, and the time machine seems to be locked up for some reason. They messed with it when they first reached it before you guys could reach it. So at this time, are you guys trying to fix the issue with whatever is being caused by the to the time machine, or are you trying to look for an alternate means of uh, exiting? If you, yeah.
I mean, can I try to hack our own time machine?
So I will say they have probably anticipated this. This will require a few successes, like basically one success. Like on a 5+, it's a one success, but for every two more, like 7+ will be two successes, and 9+ will be three successes, so on. So you need to make uh, a few three successes before you make two failures. If you go down this path, any failure would mean you are waiting too long and you will also get flooded. If you look for an alternative path, you just challenge to find transportation elsewhere. But otherwise, uh, you don't lose anything.
Can I help with the repair tools that I have?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay.
Maybe you can like put the door open, and I can, or I don't know, open like the English. Come on, it's nearly midnight for me. Like the thing you put up and under below all the switches. You know what I mean?
Panel, like a security panel.
Panel. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Would it be okay, DM?
So yeah, with the repair kit and hacking, so that's a D8 and a D6. Take the higher roll.
D6.
Yeah.
That would be 7 on the D8.
Okay. That's two successes. It seems like you can hack your way through and like remove the lock. There is something a lot more rudimentary way of just messing with the navigation system that still exists within it. So either you can try to take flight right now, but risk being sent to a different place, or you can try fixing that issue as well. But it might require something else other than hacking.
information to the group and open the door.
Might as well try fixing it.
I'm not sure I can.
Um,
Not what's
not
happening here.
have any skills in particular.
Adi, it's a lot of noise.
Sorry.
Yeah. How are you trying to fix it?
With the repair tools that I have.
And it's in the navigation, so I would say that you could probably use your navigation skills with the tools to adjust. That's what I would argue.
Yeah.
So, yeah, again, that's a D8 roll.
They are both 4s.
Okay. So you kind of take it's a cramped thing. So you take out one of the screws of one of the panels. All sorts of very complicated technology. It cannot even be described as electronics, but what exists there is very difficult to deal with because it is literally physical bugs. They planted a tiny bit of nanotech which are self-replicating, and they are constantly messing up like small parts of it. You fix it, but there's always some little bit of things that stay, and they'll constantly be messing with the navigation. It's difficult to deal with it. You can't kind of destroy it all without risking destroying your own navigation panel. You just have to risk leaving right now with this thing, or else the water has already kind of reached here, and the end, like it's like a sea's worth of water is being leaking through a small dam hole. It's now or risk losing the time machine or one of the artifacts.
Let's fix it at the next stop.
Yeah, we have to go.
I agree.
A little bit of percussive maintenance, and we'll be on our way.
Okay.
I believe right now every place is better than here.
So, let me see. Next, there is a couple of places you can go to. One will be to Enceladus Station. This would be a research station in the ocean world of a moon on Saturn, but currently it's all on Earth under a sheet of ice. You can go there, and in case there is something happens to the time machine, you can try to use one of the vehicles there, like orbital vehicles, to reach other places. Like it will be like a small craft, or you can go to Lothal, the city of portals, and maybe try and get your hands on well, the right kind of portals to go to the next place you want to go to. So, where are you?
Sounds like a place where a lot of travelers could be. Maybe they could help us fixing up our machine.
That's also
Agreed.
possible, yes.
I agree with Mary.
It's worth a shot.
Okay. I just see there is a recent $10 donation. So, why don't we do this? So, this will be This will be a navigation roll, but you have to roll a d6 alongside it. So navigation and a d6, and you have to take the lower one.
Eggle, you're on mute.
That's a 3.
Okay. So you so it's not terrible, as bad as you could have it could have gone down. But yeah, you the time machine kind of travels, but like starts spinning, and you have a hard time landing. By the time you reach there, it seems like the problem has worsened a lot. That it is, if you try to use it again, you might get shunted to a completely unexpected place. So effectively, you reach where you want to reach, but you are stranded for the moment until you fix it or find an alternate means of exit. But yeah, you find yourself in uh, this layered city on the coast, uh, and almost every wall is covered in these doorways, as people from all over time are entering and exiting. And you see in the distance like a purple dome of the University of Lothal, where this your next artifact that you want to collect, which is the Rift Blade, uh, which can also itself open these time portals or rifts. If you can grab it, that would be can potentially get you some benefits. But what's so what would be your more broad plan of like? So this would be in a university. It is being studied by a bunch of people. There is probably at this time, Lorelai, if you want, there is also a sort of a uh, an academic mixture of conference sort of a thing happening, and this thing is in display at the moment. So while you are like, what's the party's general approach to take this thing from a bunch of people, and what is the general approach?
Is this like in display for like everyone to see? Is there like a way for like someone to distract people and like other people can try to like just yoink it?
It is very much publicly in display. So it's not the issue is not going to be as much of a security thing. It's going to be like people trying to stop you, and a lot of people with probably like portal guns.
Well, if it's just a matter of keeping all eyes of our target and allowing others to swoop in, as it were, I do have an ability that might come of slight use in this moment. As part of my partying skills, I do have a certain amount of control over pheromones, and that can let me sway a few people under my control. I could attempt to do that. What do y'all think?
I mean, we're near a university, and as far as I know, a lot of people from university really like to party. So if some students just, I don't know, really had a lot of fun and something broke and went missing, nobody would really ask a question. Now, would they? As far as I know, a lot of students really love a hedonistic lifestyle. At least until the end of semester.
That's great.
Then it's nihilism.
We can
Parties
grab
should
it, but
involve
how do
alcohol.
we can
Do we
grab it,
have
but how do we
alcohol?
go?
Yeah, well, assuming we abandon the time machine, the device there will get us to where we need to go. So if we can stick relatively close together, even while Lorelei is distracting, and then we grab Lorelei really quickly and just and move along to the next endeavor, and in the forest, I believe. Perhaps.
Okay.
I mean, right now we have.
But we do have one more problem, don't we, Doctor? That is that your time machine is being infected by bugs.
Well, that's why I was suggesting we abandon it at this point, and I can come back and fetch it at a later date when I have an appropriate repair crew.
But I like the time.
Or exterminators.
All right.
Okay.
I mean, it is your vessel of conveyance, Doctor.
Well, yes, but I know a few creatures that like to exterminate, so perhaps I can get the exterminators.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. So, current approach is just to have Lorelai go to the party, cause a distraction, and everybody else will try to grab it in their own ways.
I thought we escalated the party and let somebody else take it for us.
Somebody else, as in?
A drunk student.
Okay.
Honestly,
I could probably
I think
convince somebody to do that.
honestly,
Okay.
it'll just be faster if I use my heat vision to just open up the glass and take it.
Okay.
You could do that. Oh, that's
Le-
fascinating. How does it
Here,
work?
I have a suggestion. So right now, I will say, all of you, picture what your character will be doing. Like, imagine like each of you get like one uh, slice of a montage of a heist, right? Envision that. Pick your skill that would be useful. Uh, all of you roll, and I want at least 3 successes. So that's like 5 plus on 3 die. Whoever succeeds, or like succeeds or fails, you describe what happens, and we just kind of like we will end the situation with like, if you have 3 plus, you just have the item, and then the next challenge is going to be actually getting out. So or you might get snaggled up somehow. So uh, uh, I'll just go over and ask you to roll. Like, you just tell me what die, what skill you're using, what die you're rolling, and we don't describe much further until everybody is done rolling. Cool. So okay, I think we kind of started with like Lorelei. So Lorelei, what die would you be using?
I would be using my partying dice, which is a D12, and I rolled it, and I got a 12.
Awesome.
Life of the party.
Okay.
Don't you know it, darling?
So spicy. What's spicy? What's spicy doing?
I'm using my heat vision to, open up the glass and just take the blade. And
Okay.
I rolled a 7 on 8-sided die.
All right. So that's 2 successes. We just need one more. So what is Mary doing? You're muted.
Muted.
Sorry. I believe Mary would be doing the same thing she's always doing, sitting on a high spot and or somewhere around with floor plans, tracking everybody, analyzing the situation, and looking and like passing the campus control and some teachers going around, and I don't know, some important people. Like she tries to see everything and anything, and in the ideal version of this plan, she can just say now, and Fari can just like start walking like nothing ever happened.
So this analyze, right? Yeah, go ahead. All right. What is Egil doing?
Once we have the item, navigating a safe path to get us the heck out of there. And that is a 6 on a D8.
Awesome. And Dr. White finally.
Dr. Oit is going to use their charming persuasion to assist with the clearing of the path to get us free and clear. 4.
Okay. So it's the heist is a success. I think it's just a small step of getting to the right portal is the challenge, correct? So yeah, all of you can starting with Lorelai, you describe what the perfect execution of the scene looks like and pass the torch to somebody else, and then
So essentially, I think as the symposium or the demonstration and observation of the Rift Blade is going on, the camera drone will just fly over and a spotlight comes on Lorelai as she starts slinking forward, sashaying, as she goes into a rendition of why don't you do it right like some other people do, in a very direct scene of Jessica Rabbit's introduction in whatever. And like she will just, there'll be strategic looks and little bows of movement that would give specific views into specific parts of her anatomy. And she would also just kind of blow towards them as a cloud of pheromones suffuses the crowd, and not a single eye is not on Lorelai.
all right. So as the crowd is drawn and all these movements are like the security and other academics are distracted, how is Mary keeping track of all this to coordinate?
Mary, the thing with universities is that you can look however the fuck you want, and you can still, and nobody will bat an eye. So if with an android drone with a not quite humanoid face just walks through the hallways, nobody will look. Maybe some people will ask about the hair. So she had made a walk through, watched where the doors were, watched where the campus police was, and watched for security cameras and timed every security camera whenever they started to move. And right now, Mary's sitting like a few floors above them in front of the glass, and it's just move.
As yeah, As you get this notification, Spicy, how do you make your move?
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on Mari's, movements, and seeing where would be the best to go. As I'm kind of just moseying through the crowd of students, trying to play it cool. And then when I finally get to the glass, I can see Spicy's hands in his pockets and just does he closes his eyes really tightly. Then when he opens his eyes, you'll see that he's basically lasering a circle into the case, and he pops the circle out, yoinks the blade, and he looks around and he's like, "What the fuck am I gonna do with this sword?" And and then he just stuffs it in his black coveralls, and he looks towards uh, Eggle to see where to go, or just to give the signal that the item has been retrieved.
Yeah, you meet up with Egil in like the courtyard sort of a area. You have to navigate the campus. Yeah.
And I also make sure nobody messes with us.
I think you do like a couple of people do move towards you, and but they're mostly just curious about like I I have not seen like a, a this well preserved Viking armor before. Can I just take a few photos?
Make it quick.
So he like and like this is a little weird because usually it's like Spicy who's like stopped for photos, but yeah, these nerds they take up a few photos, but yeah, you guys navigate as you reach out. uh Dr. White, you notice that there is an advertisement of uh, a seminar by a certain Dr. Patel scheduled over an hour ago. And as you guys are leaving, uh, one distant hallway exits. All of the your plan has gone completely well, as perfectly executed as uh, you would have wanted it to. But the other party was counting on you guys to do this, and you guys get all of your faces are kind of sent to the city officials, uh, and you get uh, a smiling kissing emoji on your on your device, Lorelei, from Honda. Yeah, Honda is not dead.
Oh, that little bitch.
And so and a bunch of uh, historians with portal guns coming out of the seminar are after you. You guys need to find the right portal to the right place next, uh, uh, before you get caught. So, how are you guys trying to do this? So, uh, basically, what you can reach one of the portal doorways and try and you will get a few attempts at something. But if your attention is getting caught or like somebody is like trying to stop you, you need to like take care of them, and then I will roll a bunch again. So it's a random amount of tries to get to the right portal, unless one of you can suggest a way to help that. Yeah, Mary.
I've got an idea. Because Mary downloaded Wikipedia. Is there a page on Wikipedia about the portal planet and like the kind of portals that are here and how they are organized?
Yeah, let's see. So yeah, I think this would just reduce. This would just straight up reduce it. So what I was going to do is keep rolling a d20 until a certain threshold is reached, and the threshold will keep lowering itself. So why don't you do this right now? Why don't you roll a d10 and the threshold is reduced by that? Yeah.
8.
Cool. So you so you
Oh, I shouldn't have
reach
said this.
so you reach the right part of the town. You want to go into the vaguely medieval era, and you have kind of figured out it has to be in the eastern hemisphere. So it's not that all some of the portals won't open there. It's just that they are organized to be much more easily accessible in navigating that. So you reach there as you see like a couple of weird academic historians looking people already in your way before you reach the portal. You can just go there casually and try to like open the this portal, which is like a this is like a line. What's the closest equivalent would be like an airport gate, except like there is a bunch of people waiting in line to go to different places. This one you're like few people away, and if you once the line shortens, their attention will be drawn to you. So if you want to take care of them before you reach there, or you just want to take a roll for it.
Can Eggle and I just punch them out of the way?
That's what I was thinking.
Yes, let's go.
Okay.
Brother from another mother and another timeline, another world.
There's a couple of them. On a 1 or 2, they are going to open portals and like throw something from the portals at you. Like, I don't know what will come out. Or like they might throw you into a portal.
Can Lorelai distract the professors by giving them a very quick introductory class behind Spicy and Eagle as they're running forward? Can Lorelai give these professors a quick crash course in skinny dipping to distract them?
For Glorious Battle, I rolled a 9.
Okay. Why don't you roll for Spicy and see how bad the roll is? Like, do you need an extra die from Lorelai or
not? Spicy Fist got 7 out of 8 on brawling.
Yeah. So both of you like reach there and like knock these two gentlemen out, and Lorelai is just there behind, like flashing them before like they get knocked out before they even get to turn their heads. Yeah. And Dr. Royd and Mary can try punching a few buttons to open the right portal. I rolled a 7. So the threshold goes down by 11.
So
And
Dr. Oit would like to rely on their inspiration for guessing the right buttons.
all right.
11.
Okay. So yeah, I think that reduces it down to. I'm just going to roll a d20. Only on a nat 1, something wrong happens. Yeah. So yeah, as you knock out these historians, this portal opens out into the tropical forests, as like you see in the distance like a small group of uh, turbaned, mustachioed men, some of them with like a long rifle, but most of them with scimitars, as they are like planning a hunt. And as they are doing so, an alien vessel beams down a light in front of them. This portal is open, ready for you to go through. As one of the members of this imperial troop starts sketching the alien ship into the his notebook. If you want to get that sketchbook, while on the other side, on the city of Lothal, Dr. Patel and his gaggle of historians have spotted you, and this portal is open, and you don't have a means of closing it from the other end. What do you do? So as you're leaving the portal, are you setting up some way to like kind of
Why do we want that sketch? I don't get it right now.
So the sketchbook is one of those items where like it is and it is one of those artifacts which is like, oh, the aliens visited Earth like long ago, and the sketchbook was buried. If the sketchbook wasn't found, like there would be paintings of aliens visiting, and that would have changed the timeline.
Okay, as we're going through the portal, can Lorelei turn to one of the bedazzled scientists who is still looking a little lower than he should and just go, now, darling, I know you're a little distracted, but if you do a little something for me and close this portal after we go through, you're going to be a very lucky scientist man. And I just pat him on the shoulder, on the cheek, rather.
Okay.
Trying to use my connections.
That's. I think. So they will close the portal. I think there is a slight complication that even Laura and I would not expect, which is like it's figure outable, like. But yeah, I think on a 1 or 2 you are risking something more substantial. Do you have a suggestion?
I rolled an 8.
Okay. So yeah, they're convinced. You have a few minutes before they figure out, because these are historians, and one of them knows where you're headed. So just like Dr. Royd, like can figure out where to. So you have a few minutes. As you see this royal court artist and the king both get sucked into this alien spaceship by a tractor beam, and they're like midway through the tractor beam. you guys can decide what to do next, but we will take a short break. So before we drop back into the scene, I have a bookkeeping question. Who is carrying what? You have 3 of the 5 artifacts by this point. Who's carrying what?
I mean, I grabbed the energy cell and the rip blade is in my pants right now. So, I mean, I could be carrying both, but if somebody wants to take one of these items off me, that'd be cool because I don't think Spicy is quite a reliable person to have stuff on.
Can I just like?
I think you could have handed. You could have handed off the empty energy cell from earlier, but the rift blade, yeah, it's still like carrying with you. But yeah.
Dr. Oid has the trilobite.
And could I just put the energy cell inside my android body? Like, whoop, and gone?
Sure. Like it's just a fancy pocket, yeah. Okay. So as we pull back in, this window into a bustling cosmopolitan city closes behind you as you're left in a jungle with these bunch of medieval Mughal courtly people out here to hunt some tigers get captured by the tractor beam of this large obsidian black alien ship. You can see that one of the persons getting pulled into the alien ship is carrying the sketchbook that you want. Uh, in this moment, you have like seconds to react. What is your instinct?
Are they like the one who's pulled up into the air? Is he still like how far up is he?
About right now, about 20 feet.
Okay.
Going to rush toward it, try and get caught up with them.
Okay. Egil is rushing.
Yeah, Dr. Oid is just kind of running in that general direction, either hoping to be trapped by the tractor beam himself, or maybe distract the aliens that are doing the kidnapping. One or the other.
What about Mary?
Not gonna lie, at this point, same.
I guess Spicy and Lorelai.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lorelai has basically stooped down, taken off her heels, and she's carrying them in her hands, and she's doing the full Baywatch run towards the teleportation, rather the beam.
Okay. So all of you rush in as this like beam of light amongst these trees kind of like all start sucking you into the ship. This ship you only saw a portion of, might be hundreds of meters across. So all of you get pulled in. By when you are crossing the threshold into the ship, the light is so bright that you're blinded. As you get pulled in, you feel a slight give of like, oh, you were weightless, and then you feel your weight again as you drop a couple of inches and your feet hits solid ground, and as your eyes are kind of like adjusting to this darkened interior, uh, you are alongside two other people in this large chamber, and I want everyone to roll me a die and call like whatever you get, evens or odds.
Ah, shit. This is. Spicy's getting some PTS because this is like just like the cell he was in when he was in prison. That's odd for me.
Dr. White got even.
Even.
Odd for Eggle.
And Mary.
Even.
Okay. So the room is like looks to be like made of rock, but has these like weird striations which can like move almost like an organic fluid, but is hard to touch. As this happens, the room, this like egg-shaped, almost fluid-looking room, splits in the middle. Like a septum rises and closing in, creating a wall in the middle of the room, separating you into two groups. On the evens side, everyone, and the artist, and on the odds is the king emperor with a bigger scimitar. So on the events we have Dr. Oit, Lorelai, and Mary. Is that correct? And we have Eggle, Spicy, and the the king. As you guys are like separated from each other, the you kind of have like, as this wall closing in, there is like a few you have a few seconds to react. There is this hole which is closing in. If you want to uh, shout anything to the other side or coordinate before the wall closes in.
Get the sketchbook.
Yeah.
DM, you said that the artist with the book is on the even side.
Yes.
Do we know exactly who the King Emperor guy is, or do we just like see that there's this dude with a scimitar next to Eggle and I?
Why don't we roll a luck check? Let's just roll a d6.
Got a 6. I guess I studied history or paid attention.
Yeah, lots of good non-fiction books in the time prison.
Well read.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Shah Jahan, the Mughal emperor who commissioned Taj Mahal.
Oh, you're that guy. The guy, you know, dude, I know you.
He speaks in a tongue you don't understand and just like is baffled. Like points at the sword at both of you, kind of looking confused. Doesn't know what's happening.
Eggle just shrugs.
Yeah, it's funny. Like all three people who like talk with muscles and swords end up on one side. Yeah.
You said that there was a chance for us to communicate with each other before the partition closed off completely. I'm just going to shout out. We're gonna take care of the artist here. Just make sure you don't kill the little old king. Who knows what that might do to history?
Will do. Well, we won't do that.
Okay. So, yeah, there seems to be kind of like a circular doorway, but it seems to be closed on your end, Eagle and Spicy. This guy just points his sword, like kind of saying like this way, and starts like trying to jam the sword and like open the doorway through.
I guess Eggle, should we just try busting this thing?
It's the quickest way. Get my axe out.
Okay. Yeah. Roll. I guess would not call this. This is not glorious battle at least. Maybe like a D8 and a D6 and take the higher one.
Oh yeah,
Does-
I forgot that I have heat vision. Can I try like just like opening a hole in the door?
You also have preternatural strength.
Yeah, I am very strong. I'm strong boy.
Yeah.
Snap.
Go ahead. Roll with heat vision then.
Ah, that's a 1.
Uh, uh, as you
I got an 8.
okay. So as you burn try to burn the hole through the door, it seems like uh, this place, this ship is reacting to your presence, and like suddenly you feel like it becomes harder to burn. But when this material changes, it becomes more brittle, and you can break through, and you open into a series of like a long hallway with like branching paths and stuff, but no one inside. It's just empty hallways, and if you break through and jump through, the the door which was broken kind of like smoothens out and is just a dead end behind you. While we cut back to the others, uh, Dr. Oit, Lorelai, and Mary, you find yourself in a similar situation, uh, except this guy, there is a this guy starts running, and as he like runs in a panic, confused as what's happening, a tunnel opens in front of him, and he just keeps running.
I run after him.
After that book. start running after him.
You're keeping pace. You're running up.
All right. It's time to trip him with the telekinesis. Like, yeah, oops. Knock his ankles into each other and.
Yeah, easy. I think in this case you're not risking anything. So I wouldn't make you roll. You kind of trip him and catch up to him. As this happens, as you try to trip him, it looks like the floor is caving in to separate him from you.
Doctor, grab the book before it gets out of our way.
So what would this be? Just do you have any specialized equipment, or are you just trying to use telekinesis?
Just trying to use telekinesis.
Okay. You can try. I was going to tell you what the risk was. There is something about the walls. The material changes, and your glove sticks to the wall, and is also the stone material is kind of sucking your hand into the wall as you're it's magnetically stuck. Either you let go of the glove or risk injury or being further separated.
Yeah, that's time to let the glove go too.
So as this you pull your hand out of this glove in the right moment, as it kind of gets absorbed in, and you can hear it getting crushed and amalgamated into the material. And this guy is getting sucked into a hole. It's not opening up like quagmire. It's this ship is not trying to kill him. It's just opening up a pit slowly. You have one more opportunity to try to grab the book, but you will whoever is trying has to basically, there is whatever you try to do, there is no complete success. There will always be some complication. So even on a 5+.
I believe Mary will just go straight for the book, halfway tackle, because she's an AI. She has a backup somewhere. She doesn't really care about her android. She's just diving for the book.
Okay. So the thing is, even if you don't care about your android body, the book is a physical thing. So you need to at least get it to the others. You are risking the AI body. What would you reckon would be the skill that applies here?
I mean, I could try to analyze if the person falls down, if the book falls out of their hands and where it would land. Or something if I tackle them, where would I have to hit them so they let go of it? But I don't know if that's a bit far-fetched.
It feels a little far-fetched. I think if nobody has any better ideas right now, as Dr. Roy is kind of it's a d6 roll. On a 3+, you kind of get the book with some complication. On a 1 or 2, you might take serious harm to your android body.
Can Lorelei send Sparky to aid in retrieval of the book in any chance? Mary is a lot more precious than Sparky at this point.
Sure, I think what that changes would be on a 3 on 4, you lose Sparky, but on a 1 or 2, like some serious harm comes back, you're reducing. No, that doesn't seem fair. Why don't you roll a d4 and take the higher one? So at least you're reducing the chance of 1 and 2. So what did you roll for Mary?
I rolled a 4.
Okay.
I rolled a 3 on my d4.
Okay.
Sorry.
No. So yeah, up to you, Laura. Describe how how Mary will get the book out to Lorelai and Dr. Oit in this corridor. Considering that going forward, any physical action, like at least will require your upper body and hands, will be hindered. Like, describe how.
Even with a 4, even though we lose Sparky.
Yeah, I mean, so essentially, I think Sparky would dive down after Mary and essentially kind of use every bit of cluster fuel left to kind of
Okay.
after Mary has kind of got the book. Sparky will just go underneath Mary and then just boost up, pushing her all the way, and then, like Tony Stark, fall back into the portal that is closing.
No, we have a Bing Bong scene.
All right. I think that's if you are mark that equipment off as you guys fall off, but the sketch artist falls back into the pit along with Sparky. Separating yourself, you have the book. So what is the three of you thinking?
We've got to get back and find Spicy. He's got the sword. They can get us back out of here, hopefully.
That's what I was thinking as well, Don.
Okay. As you make your way forward, how are you trying to basically get a sense of what the spaceship is about? Whether it is like physically trying to track where you're located, any idea about like how will your character in this moment think and intuit about the situation?
The doctor is relying on inspiration.
Okay.
Which way feels right?
Okay, roll for it.
Now, Mary, this is why I think that you are more important. Sparky was just a little machine. You're much more than that, darling. Use your wonderful array of talents to figure out what we should do.
Mary's gonna give Lorelai a tiny smile, and she's gonna use the power of floor plans. I always, when I'm on this channel, I'm playing somebody with a love for bureaucracy. I mean, I can't be that German, can I? Doesn't eight isn't 8 enough?
Yeah. So, couple of things. One, the floor plans are shifting. It's not that this is an alien spaceship. You analyze the situation, you realize, oh, it is not that this is a ship carrying an alien. It is an alien. It is an organism in a certain way,
And
and
food.
not food exactly. It was very targeted in separating you and this thing. No, it is very much a lot more intelligent than just a bacteria trying to eat a smaller bacteria. It's seems to be calculated, and what Dr. White, what's the actually you notice so okay, Dr. White, you notice that this shifting behavior, you've seen something similar to this earlier in a much less powerful form earlier today. This that weird nanobot bug technology seems to be like some form of this, uh, and you think it's already kind of like has you. This feels like, oh, those people were not taking a help of this alien thing earlier. Like, we're not just like putting some alien thing right now, based on the scale and the reactivity of this thing. Oh, this alien probably hired those guys to stop you. So it feels little bigger than earlier. Uh, in the meantime, uh, you guys have the sketchbook. Uh, the other three folks, where are you headed? So there is a bunch of uh, actually openings given on either side of this curving hallway to you. Uh, what is your instinct? How are you navigating? Do you want? Yeah.
I am going to pick a hallway and use the navigation and try and get us the heck out of there.
Okay. This is just a straight up navigation roll, but on a 1 or 2, you get trapped or ambushed. On a 3 or 4, you get into a fight, but it's okay to get away.
That's an 8 on D8.
All right. 8 on a D8 uh, means you find the best possible path. So something uh, which is governing itself doesn't have to leave this place vulnerable, but you kind of get a sense of how all ships have a structure to it. It makes sense. Like, there has to be place of control. There has to be a place to fuel, a place to uh, power everything. You just intuitively know how to reach there, which is sort of a place. It's not all overt panels, but this is where the control is happening. This oblong room with like things all over the place, and you can kind of see uh, a version of screens. It is whatever its perception is of vision. You can see a screen of your three companions walking through the ship. You can see the like camera visions of the place outside, and you can also see uh, a camera feed of from something else looking onto the alien ship very close and landing on top of it. Uh, but you are in something like a control room. Uh, there might be a way for you to like whatever thing you will need to use to like uh, actually interface with the control is probably buried inside like the walls and stuff. But yeah, you can try to hack into an alien ship and commandeer it if you like.
Oh, absolutely.
We're just pressing buttons, right?
Well, first you need to make the buttons appear. So this is if you'll allow me to be a little more gory, it would be kind of like uh, you need to break like a small hole into the skull of a thing and then like poke electrodes in to kind of control its brain. So first there is like these walls and like it's all protected. You like so first you need to break it. Yeah. And as you try to fight this thing, it reacts. So you might be creating like if some it feels pain where you are, it will send things to kill you.
That escalated quickly. I guess I could try something. I guess Eggle and I, right? I will try to punch a hole through something, and maybe Eggle could try to like finagle with its yucky fleshy parts.
It is not going to be fleshy per se. Like it is definitely like not organic in the same way that humans are. It's not going to look as weird. I'm just giving a very visceral description of what is happening.
Yeah, let's try to do something.
Okay. You have preternatural strength. I would say this will be a lot more closer to brawling though.
Yeah. So I'm punching it. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. That's a 4.
Okay.
Out of 8.
So as you kind of like start breaking through these walls and like uh, things which are much more malleable and much more kind of fluid pop up, but they start shifting. The this king guy starts like helping you slash at it as well. Roll a d6. Maybe you get a 5 or 6.
Yeah, got a 6.
Okay. With this guy's help, so both of you are keeping things engaged. Uh, Eggle, you have a a fair shot at doing like one thing. Like, what would you do if you get access to some kind of a control to this alien ship? Some one portion. You can't take over the entire ship per se, but you can do one thing. What would be the priority for Eggle?
Getting us out of here. Because we
Okay.
saw something land, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't trust that, so I'm getting this ship out of here.
Okay. So you can make it move and chart course and like already set off on the path to the next artifact if you want. So
Yep.
that's a navigation room.
That's a 2.
Okay. So uh, you feel like uh, the the ship is reacting to you as you try to grab control, and what it is doing is actually uh, something akin to, oh, this is all like precious control that the ship would be managing by itself, but realizing that it's vulnerable to your actions here is handing over control to something else entirely. As one of the screen pops up and Bastion is like, oh, I will captain the ship now. Thank you very much. As you see, like from his panel, basically his ship has landed and is attached to this alien ship, and the other members of the team are coming into the alien ship. The rest of the three of you, you feel a little lurch as the spaceship suddenly jerks and starts moving in some direction. And yeah, uh, you will get accosted by let's see, you the three of you get accosted by uh, a guy with a very big burly mustache, a hat, and like glasses, and a very silent type, uh, carrying like a large uh, so has a similar uh, uh, a thing made out of similar blackish material that the spaceship is made out of. It's covering his hand almost uh, like his hand is swallowed by a leech. And he points at you as you, Mary, recognize it as your rival, standing with this like alien gun pointed towards the three of you.
Have we met each other before?
I don't know. Have you?
I'm asking you. Because I can move quite freely through time, but I'm not sure if you're already there yet.
He kind of like grunts and tries to form words, but like feels just like expresses like a disgust towards like the kind of existence you're describing, and just give up give up all the artifacts, let things go back to the way it was.
Well, that's what I'm doing right now. Because if you get this, things will not go back to the way they were.
And Dr. Oit would like to put their hand on the gun and just slowly put it down, pour it by his side. Now, good sir, there's no need for weapons. Let's discuss this. I really should change my dice set.
Indeed, Mr. Burley and handsome with a side of handlebar mustache. I think that there could be much more that could happen if you were more amenable to soft touch.
So first of all, the persuasion fail, we have to deal with that, right? So I will say what you suggest, VB? What's the worst thing that can happen to Dr. White right now?
So,
Not outright dying.
Yeah, Dr. Oit got a 3 on the persuasion.
Oh, it's not a 1 or 2. It's not a complete failure. So.
Yeah, no, it was a 3. So I didn't dissuade him from pointing the gun at us. If I had rolled a 1 or 2, I probably would have gotten shot. But I rolled a 3, so hopefully I didn't get shot.
Okay. So
the problem is I'm using my gender fluid dice instead of my trans dice, and we're raising money for Trans Lifeline, so I should be using my trans dice. That's the problem.
Mistake.
That's probably it. So, I really get that you're like upset and that your first instinct is to resort to violence, but really, we are all quite literally in the same boat here. So, if we want to get out of here alive, I would say our chances are 25.73369% higher if we work together.
You're far too analytical. You don't see the existence for what it is.
Tell me, do you?
What do you think is Mary is trying to accomplish with this kind?
The thing, okay, sorry. Now the thing is, the question that I actually asked, I believe this is Mary's rival, right?
Yeah.
That's why I asked, have they met? She asked, have we met before? Like, she knows who he is, right?
Yes.
Does he know who she is?
Yes, in a very abstract sense, understands the like doesn't know you as a person, doesn't consider you as a person, but knows what you're about, and like it's an android spreading this kind of a gospel of data. Yeah. So
That's okay. May I roll world view to really get under his skin?
sure. So the way I would set it up is like what do you think the success looks like? First, let's help me describe that. What do you think? Like, if you get completely under his skin, what would he do as a reaction?
Well, the thing is, as the person who he is, most people who believe in nihilism are fucking scared of it. So I believe I would be able to scare him even deeper into the nihilism. So so the question of whose side are we on isn't as important anymore as the question, is it worth it to be alive? And that would be in wait, because I started reading for the session, and in his philosophy, it would be yes, because if everything's completely useless, you still have to you're still able to make your own choices and become a better you. You can't do that when you're dead. I've read my Nietzsche.
Sure. Okay. Are you arguing like if you roll well that he will shoot himself before he shoots you?
No, he
Then
will come to our side.
okay. No, you're saying like it doesn't really matter about like live stuff. That's why I was clarifying. Okay.
That is just to scare him.
Okay. Roll for worldview, but on a 1 or 2, you're getting shot.
Yeah, I can live with that. It's a 3.
Okay. Yeah, I would say you get shot. It's a shaky stuff, but you break your Android casing. I will say the previous thing of like any sort of a physical strain will be hindered, like any sort of physical thing that would be required, and leaves you vulnerable to any even smaller attack might like kill this android body at least. But shoots and he shoots at you with shaking arms and just screams. What do you say to like kind of generate that kind of a response? You're muted. Okay.
Like Mary tumbles back, like her arm is absolutely like this isn't a shoulder anymore. It's like, huh. No. I believe some things are worth staying alive for. I will not hurt you. But I would be thankful if you would not shoot again. Because how could I become a better person if you would end my life right now?
So he kind of yells in anguish, but gives you the way further, steps aside. As you do you pass? He's not joining you, but he's not fighting you either.
Oh no. Oh no. The Divine One will not be happy about this.
Would a first aid kit work on recovering your injury?
That's an android body. Maybe a repair kit would be more helpful.
Unfortunately, that's on the other side of the ship.
Yeah. So no, as you kind of as he steps there and leaves behind, you see like something from like the blackish thing on his arm kind of like scatter and take over, and just as he kind of like screams in pain as like black stone starts gathering on his eyes and head. And he starts getting partitioned away from you, and you can sense like data being changed as his mind is getting like reprogrammed by these aliens as his philosophy changes in real time. This is probably the kind of alien thing which is affecting the god emperor as well, effectively changing his memories. So you have gotten through uh, Nietzsche for the moment, but next time you see him, he won't be the same person. But yeah, as you make your way through, uh, the other two, Egil and Egil and Spicy. At this point, you feel like on some level this is like the plan didn't work, but you don't have the control over navigation. You have a sense of where the other parties. You still have the information from like these panel displays and stuff. So you also see that like Bastion the pirate is controlling the ship, but few other people might be coming for you. So, and they know exactly where you are in the control panel room. So what's your action like? Do you want to stick around, do some other shenanigans here? Do you want to meet up with them? Do you want to take the other people head on? What's your thinking?
There are many chaotic options to choose. Is there I guess Bastion is he on the ship, or he's just like on a ship, on our ship, on that we're currently on?
So it's kind of like a smaller, much more light skirmishy pirate vessel attached to the ship on top, like docked in a way.
Okay. What do you think, Egil?
We need to rejoin the others before we do anything else. But that is a very nice ship he's piloting. Would be good to have under our belt.
Let's steal it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how are you trying to accomplish this?
Should we just destroy the control room area and then just like get out of there and get to Bastion's ship? I like that idea.
I do too.
All right.
Okay. So, you're trying to destroy the stuff here. Do you have any specialized equipment to do this well?
I've got my axe, and I also have a Masamune, Tachi, and Tanto as well, which I could hand to Spicy to let him have fun.
Ooh. It's been a
I
while
mean-
since I had a sword.
Have at it.
I would have
Okay.
just imagined the control room like what do they call it? Like an anger room where like you actually like pay these people to like go into a room and
Rage
break
room.
shit. Yeah. That's what I'm imagining right now.
Yeah. So it will be like that. So you roll whatever is your best die, whatever you think applies. All the two of you roll, and this guy as well rolls. But if any of you rolls a one or two, you will take serious harm in this
That's a
respect.
10 on a D10.
Awesome.
6 out of 8.
Okay. I guess Shahjahan is not as great at fighting this uh, shifting alien abomination as you. Slashing away, but will get stuck in. But you guys have dealt serious damage, uh, and so as this is losing control, you want to chart codes to the Bastion's vessel. Is that the idea? I you would have a better time if the rest of the three of you, your companions, would be with you. Are you
We're gonna try
trying
and
to?
find them and then storm Bastion's ship.
Okay. So, uh, so I would say roll 2d8 and take the higher one for navigation.
That's 4.
Higher one is a 4.
Yeah, the lower one was a 2.
Cool. So, uh, right now, charting course doesn't look like figuring out the mapping. It is about actually, as things are destroyed, uh, this thing will not have any more control. So you kind of have to create these hallways and make sure they get stuck that way, that you can kind of meet at an intersection and it cannot be changed any further. It also creates a direct path between you and your enemies, and this time around they're all going to you all five of you meet up as this ship is like breaking down, and you can feel like uh, the walls shifting and getting fixed in odd ways, and this more uh, smooth organic geometry having like harsh crystalline edges breaking through uh, on the floor or on the walls, as the three of you see this like destruction coming from within the ship. You turn a corner and at the intersection meet up with the other two. All five of you are together, and the on the other side, you have Honda, Detective Mr. P, and the historian all coming in with guns blazing. Uh, what are you trying to do?
This is with the doc, Lorla, and Mary.
Now all five of you have kind of like gathered at an intersection together. So this is like between like this five of you together. This ship is breaking down. The three rivals are coming towards you, probably on the path to the Bastion's ship, which would be the true way to navigate and control where you're going now.
Another bull rush or bum rush.
Right there behind you.
Okay.
Charge or something.
So Egil can roll again glorious fighting. On a 1 or 2, you will get shots fired at you directly, and for
It's a good thing I rolled a 9 then.
all right, I'll get to you. For spicy, 1 or 2, you're risking something else other than life. I can't tell you that right now. 4. So who are you targeting? So there is the historian probably has a portal gun, right? Dr. Patel has a portal gun. Honda has just a normal looking SMG, but is probably more of a wild card. And then you have Dr. Mr. P, which is a lot more capable person who can give you chase and will not stop. So who are your targets? The two you're able to take down 2 of them in this moment right now. Who are you picking?
Yeah, I'm getting P because he's my rival and I hate that guy.
I'm going for the historian. Always have a backup plan.
Okay. So this historian has like a much more larger thing that he feels like he's comfortable handling, and he's like pushing the button and cranking it up as it glows orange, but that's too slow for you. So how do you what do you do? How do you deal with this guy?
I am going to shoulder bust him right in the solar plexus, put my shoulder down and nail him in the solar plexus, and steal his portal generator.
Yeah. So yeah, you smash him down. He grunts in pain before falling unconscious, and you have this portal generator with you. As you do so, why don't Spicy describe how you exchange blows with Detective P?
So Spicy's pretty good at brawling, and he is pretty adept at hand-to-hand combat. So I like to think he's a little bit dexterous. He is going to attempt to like spin this dude around with his arms to his back just to hold him in place, and he's gonna take his an explosive collar out of his overalls and try to snap it on Dr. P's neck.
Okay. So as you do so, as you have him on his like this lock, and then you kind of you haven't quite put on the explosive collar yet. The rest of you see that the detective he has reached into your satchel and grabbed the like was trying to get into brawl with you so that he can grab the rift sword, and he has the rift sword now. What are the three of you doing?
Bro, just reach into my pants. What the heck?
Who was it that did this, by the way?
The the sunglasses detective guy, like
Okay. I am just going to call out now for a law-abiding man. You
okay,
don't seem.
wait, just a second. Just I'll actually push this a little further. He takes the rift sword and slashes it open, uh, creating a rift into your prison cell, and like is ready to kind of like in your lock, like is ready to kind of like jump and like throw both of your inside the cell, even if you have the bomb collar on him. So the three of you, what are you doing?
I hate this guy.
I'd call out for a law-abiding man. You don't seem to respect consent as much because you just put your hands into my friend's pants without his consent, sir. And I'm going to try and pull out my gun and fucking shoot this motherfucker.
Okay. uh you can try again. I last time I said it was a D8. I'll stick by that. But on a 1 or 2, Honda will shoot you.
It's a 5.
Okay. Uh, so you managed to. Are you shooting to kill?
Hells to the yeah.
Okay.
Stay dead.
Uh, so uh, he kind of like, so in your lock, like you feel him like his weight kind of collapse, and arm like the hand slack, and like the uh, sword falls to the floor and is kind of like sliding. But yeah, uh, the Honda has gun pointed at this point. Uh, the biggest threat looks like Egil.
Dr. Oit would like to convince Honda um, that he can share the spotlight with Lorelei as second place and come join our side. Put that gun away. You don't need to be so foolish. You can be a backup dancer for Lorelei. Man, it's a 3.
But let's be honest, you can be a backup dancer is definitely a 3.
I mean, yeah.
I'd hire a polio before I hire this manic mock.
So
Can
yeah,
I
I would say
try and run up to Honda and kick him in the nads?
you can try, but in that moment, I will just say, Dr. Oit, like, despite your trying, Egil, you are getting showered with bullets right now. So, whatever you do next, I would like ask you to mark off your uh, chainmail armor as it is getting like taking in a lot of bullets, and you are also kind of getting like some wounds, but no bullets penetrating your skin or like any uh, serious injury, just a lot of painful bruises.
See, that's just making me mad. So I'm just
Okay,
gonna kick him as hard as I can in the nads.
go for a try. At this point, though, if you roll a 1 or 2, it's you're risking death.
That's a 7.
All right. So, uh, How do you want to take care of this guy?
Just a good solid kick between the legs.
And yeah, he whimpers in pain, and the gun is still shooting wildly at the wall as he falls down. You have knocked him out. You have killed the other guy, and the other guy is also unconscious. There is a rift open, but who's if you can just grab hold of the sword, it will be stabilized. But yeah, you have
I'll
taken
grab
care
the
of.
sword then.
Yeah, you have taken care of most of the rivals, and you have a portal gun. You don't know where this ship is going, but you have one more artifact left to collect.
I
Uh,
will hand the portal gun to the good doctor.
and I will also just go and pat Eagle on the shoulder and just say, Eagle, darling, you were very lucky with that kick. Oh, little Honda has very little down there. So how you managed to find it with just one kick, now that is skill, darling.
Skill and the luck of the gods.
Which ones? Oh, I'm just asking.
It's a good question, Mary. It's a good question. Uh, Doctor, do you know where we're supposed to be going before we head over on to Neo Babylon?
I think so. GM, do I know?
Yeah, which is the last place left to visit is the Enceladus station. There is a lab. Yeah.
Shoot the portal gun, make a hole, and got a 6 if I needed a D6. So hopefully that gets us there.
Yeah. You just shoot a portal opening into uh, it's like night hours in a quiet looking lab, and you are supposed to grab a particular vial containing a sample of bacteria which they researched and found out which can grow inside this uh, ship vessel and can be used to harness geothermal powers of the planets to conquer the rest of the planets to come. But this is the first step in this uh, galaxy takeover, and you just need to go and retrieve it. It just there is like thousands of them inside, and it's fairly easy to step in and out if you were to try, but you are looking for a needle in a haystack, metaphorically speaking. So who wants to attempt this search?
Mary, can you interface with the computers here to help us narrow down our chances of finding the right vial?
You're muted.
I can certainly try. I would have a question though. Would that work through Wi-Fi? Because right now using hands to type for hacking is a bit difficult for Mary.
I
Can
think
I use the Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I am just gonna try to hack the computers.
All right.
Come on. That is 9.
So easily enough, you uh, like based on your records of how
Oh wait,
things.
no, sorry. I have to repeat that roll. I used the wrong die. Sorry. I only have a D8 in hacking. How am I supposed to get a 9? That's a 6. Sorry.
Okay, I mean, still good. Yeah, with a combination of like tracing like archival documents of like which was the specific plasmid sequence which got it, like uh, for a short while, at least amongst the academics, it was like a, a hallowed name 84B7K, and you managed to trace it back through like centuries of documents and communication, and uh, search for it in various arrays. You pull one drawer and yeah, third row, seventh column, pull it out. Nobody even has to turn on the lights of the lab. You pull it out, come back through the portal, and yeah, you have all the 5 artifacts gathered. But the next challenge is getting to the city of Neo Babylon. The place, uh, you can either try and open a portal into the city, but you will not be able to get to uh, the God Emperor's chamber, because that will be definitely be protected from any errant portal openings and stuff. So either you can still go ahead, try to capture this ship, which is like fighting against you, and then crash into the tower, or just portal your way to the bottom of the tower and then figure your way up to you.
Before we go, and I'm terribly sorry to ask that, but could maybe somebody try to repair me?
Mhm.
So I think
I will try. I will try. I do have repair tools.
I think Eagle, you too got like some bullets. Maybe somebody should repair you too.
I'm just bruised. They'll heal. But you need the medical attention more.
Hmm.
I believe this here is the calm before the storm. I don't think we're gonna have another chance to collect ourselves.
Well, once we get to near Babylon, things should be a little simpler because I do have a number of connections within the palace of the God Emperor himself. I did throw a party or two there. I could try and get us an audience for sure.
You really do know everybody.
Darling, if you have to throw a proper party, you got to know all the little cogs that make up the wheel, and that's how we roll.
Okay, so quick question. So you are attempting a repair right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. You have the repair kit. What is the best skill to apply here?
I really don't have I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I don't really see anyone like other than Mary, who can actually like participate in this itself. I would just say this, like just roll a d6, right? uh, on a 1 or 2 situation doesn't change. On a 3 or 4, you get things fixed. Like it's not like you don't have hands at all, but for
It's
those
okay.
I'm clumsy.
All right. Yeah, you're clumsy in the sense like if dealing with any items or like doing any sort of minute action, uh, you will be rolling a d4. Like everything will have a complication, nothing with a complete success. But yeah, you have most of your mobility back. Yeah.
By the way, not only did we just get two more donations, we also got raided.
Oh.
Oh,
I need to.
Well, come on in, Nerds with Dice and friends. Thank you for trusting your community with us.
I believe Shelly asked to give somebody double head, but I don't think Shelly said to who.
To give double what?
Shelly gave $10 for
Okay.
and wrote give double help, but whoever needs it.
I think let's
We
just
could
say
keep
the
it for
the next two rolls have help.
And
Whatever
then
the next
Kristen
two rolls.
and Kristen dropped 25 as well.
That's me.
Yeah.
ooh.
What Kristen, what should we do with 25? How do you want to change the game right now?
I don't know. Party decides.
All right.
I mean, I still want to boot Bastion off his own ship and commandeer it.
Let's try that. Let's open a rift for aid and get right into Bastion's ship.
Okay. So I will say, yeah, easily enough you find the kind of uh, I'm just losing words. But you can find your way to the attachment through the Bastion's ship. You make it to his cockpit. At this point, I would say this is not really like a random time rift. You have a portal gun. You can just open a portal to like deal with Bastion. How would you deal? How would you do this? Like no rules required, right? So I would say I will. Eagle has the like got the gun at least, and also this is
No, I gave that
his
to the
rival.
doctor.
Sure,
I
but
gave
I
the
mean,
portal gun to the doctor.
so whoever wants to come up with a clever solution of like what would just like take Bastion out without having to worry about him at all, feel free to suggest.
I mean, we could just kill him.
And if there's a distraction required, from what I do understand, pirates do like their booty.
So, Dr. Oit's plan that is liable to get distracted by the companions here is to just teleport right into the bridge or captain's quarters of Bastion's ship, and the doctor will say, "You need to stand down. This is we're commandeering your ship." Meanwhile, I'm sure other people have other things to do or say rather than just asking him politely to stand down.
So I would like the whatever you say does happen. Like you don't need to open a portal to reach the bridge, guys. Like there is a connection made. Like the other rivals like came into this alien vessel through there, so you can make it to him. It's that now you can open a rift or a portal to just deal with him. Wow, what does that look like? Just how do you take him out of the equation?
Let's throw him in the jail cell.
Or just open a portal into space and send him through.
Jail cell would be more humiliating. Wow, I can talk.
I mean, do we still have one of those nice little chokers that can explode?
Yes, sir.
I mean, killing him would maybe be a bit harsh. We don't want to waste life. But we could give him a small, cute little choker, and if he comes near us, let's say 100 meters or something? Nah, let's say 2 kilometers. I believe there's no weapon that can go this far without much problems. It just goes boom.
It is true. The explosive collar does have a proximity key.
He can still try to just change his life.
So you're throwing him into the prison with the collar around his neck?
Sounds like a solid plan.
Yeah.
That's kinky, y'all.
All right. So, so describe to me who was your previous cell partner who did a wild time crime.
Oh, me? I'm sorry, what was the question?
Who was your cellmate in the time prison? If you don't have any, I have a suggestion, but yeah.
By all means, go.
Yeah, so you open up the rift, like put the collar down upon him and like make him fall through the prison, and then like uh, there is this uh, velociraptor there, like in like a jumpsuit and like reading a book. It says like uh, I'm the bottom bunk. Uh, as the time rift closes. So now
Before the
how?
before the time rift closes, can Lorelai just like pop her head in and just say, "And I do think that he did call you a clever girl in a somewhat condescending way, Mr. Velociraptor." And I just like pull my head back.
Yeah, I mean that is offensive, but I think this guy is just a. It's actually just a nice guy. He's just a Dino Sapien rebel. Like he's just like. Uh, but yeah. So you guys have taken care of all your rivals as far as you know, and have the ship to yourself. Uh, so what's the plan?
Hegel, to the capital.
The capital.
All right. No roles required. Like, but are you guys taking the entire alien vessel, or are you just taking Bastion's ship?
I think
Given what we know that the alien vessel is a sentient entity that has kind of masterminded the whole thing, I don't think we should take the sentient alien with us. I think we should just report that fact.
Oh, but
I
can I
agree.
roll worldview to know more about the sentient alien ship's worldviews? What's their religion? No,
You want to try?
It's fine.
I mean, it's a joke, but it's
One.
not
I
a.
have no idea. It's a ship.
So
Let's take
fair enough.
Bastion's ship.
So I guess Egil roll like the final navigation roll.
This is
That
with
is
the
a 6
aid,
on a
correct?
D8.
Yes.
That is a 6 on a D8.
And you have another d6 anyway, so you roll anyway. Let's see if you roll doubles.
That's a 5 on the D6.
All right. Yeah. So the Bastion ship flies off. Various vistas and settlements of various configurations like zip through. You guys fly over uh, the the ash covered Pompeii. You fly over the Great Flood as you lift towards this floating pink and purple city, uh, covered in clouds and rain. As you zip through, you see, as the time was fraying, as this memory was like, the city was kind of falling apart. You see people rioting, people trying to break their way into the tower and being stopped by uh, robotic gorillas and these flying cars like crashing into each other. And so, right, fairly close to the top floor, uh, you guys can get your ship outside of the windows of uh, the God Emperor's chamber, where you hope he's waiting. Just want to like, you can knock on the windows. You'll probably have to break through this. It doesn't seem to be any sort of a response. Uh, you break through and enter this chamber. It's every surface is looks like a mirror and is reflective. The floor is made up of these hexagonal panels, and these pillars have these scintillating, moving mirror panels, and each mirror is showing like a vision from a different time period. And some of these uh, mirror panels are going blank, or kind of flashing back and forth. It seems like uh, this is reflecting all his memories through time and it's falling apart. And you see at the center of this, almost at a like a throne, this figure wearing just golden robes, a figure made of uh, strands of yellow, white, and blue light. And instead of uh, a human head, it's just a bunch of uh, strands of light pulled up and intertwined and fraying and just dancing in it. Uh, as they raise their arms to reach for your delivery. So you present all your items. One by one. uh, as you present it, they get pulled into their arms, and uh, you see the light starts glowing, and some of the screens start returning. You see the humans defeating the cockroach army. You see uh, geothermal vents and distant planets getting installed with power plants. You see somebody, they just a painting being made of just like some king cutting open a tiger, no aliens present, uh, and as this starts happening and the light flashes from this creature, as uh, all of you get transported to where you find yourself most comfortable to be. So as you, where, what time and place would each of your character would want to be, as those wishes are just completely manifested?
Dr. Oit is back in their time machine, floating around the vortex.
So
Lorelai.
just
Sorry.
to the doctor, right? So who do you find like to help you repair this time machine? And we can't hear you.
I was saying I'm not sure, but we left the time machine on a well-traveled planet. So somebody local or transient there. They use a lot of portals and portal machinery there, so I'm assuming someone can assist.
Yeah, so someone like a very young like upstart, someone would call them like in a different time period would call them like a mage, but here they're more closer to being a transportation engineer, as they kind of like help you and like get rid of these alien bugs. This, it feels like a lot of it uh, kind of died with like the damage done to the alien ship, but there is a portion of it uh, still alive, and you can kind of like trace its essence into the tray. But yeah, your time machine is ready to take you wherever you want to go next. Lorelai, you were saying something?
Lorelai would be back in Neo Babylon, and her happiest place would, I think, not be. It wouldn't be prudent to discuss her happiest place on stream. But yes.
Yeah. We'll just instead pull back the camera on the city at large. Actually, as the riots are kind of like stopping, and people are finding their place of not having time rifts opening all over where they need to pull back on it, there is just a generally a good atmosphere, and you can see like as the night falls, small pockets of people forming their own shindigs and parties as they find their comforts, finding meeting people uh, unexpectedly across time and place, making connections. Yeah. What about?
It's a
Huh?
party.
Yeah,
It's a party, darling.
it's party all over Neo Babylon City. Kristen, what's spicy fist?
Spicy Fist is back in his apartment at home, cuddling with his floofy cybernetic dog, Wolfhound, and may only be there temporarily because he's still technically on the run. But with Mr. P out of the way, hopefully he can stay a little bit longer.
Yeah. There is nobody trying to capture you back. Yeah, I don't have anything else to add here. It's just a very quiet, free life. Yeah. Then what's Egil up to?
Eggle finds himself back on his farm where the doctor first met him and picked him up. And he just takes a deep breath and lets it out slowly before moving to head to his longhouse and get some rest for the night.
All right. And finally, Mary.
Mary stays with the God Emperor because that was the place where she was supposed to be. Her job was to collect data for the god and to restore knowledge. And now she's still there looking at all the thousands and thousands of visions of the people she traveled alongside. And I mean, AIs are not able to feel emotions. But somebody could notice that this specific AI starts to analyze the life of the 4 other people she spent time with over and over and over again, and tries to find every little detail that is to learn about them while she stays at the side of her god.
Yeah. And with that, the time frame is stable, and we will close the session. Great game, y'all.
GG's.
I had a blast. This is a fun system to get to learn. Thank you for running it, and thank Steve for hosting Pantsless Tables and the charity drive. This has been a fantastic run so far. I've caught a few games, and they've all been delightful.
Guys, I
Mitch.
actually got a bit of tears in my eyes. You're so
I mean-
awesome.
The ending was beautiful. The ending was absolutely beautiful.
I had a lot of fun. Even though I was picking out beard fibers all stream.
Yeah.
I love seeing your ceiling fan once in a while.
Also, thank you all for having the patience to deal with Lorelei Devlin. She is a bit much.
She's wonderful. I'd say I would marry her, but that would be a lie.
I don't think anyone's marrying her.
So, Vish, I've heard you're gonna start a campaign with us?
Huh?
Laura's hustling.
The doctor is always available to pick people up.
Just got volunteered. As every good DM is.
Yeah, sure. Right now, it's just like I'm terribly sleepy.
Because it's 5:47 in the morning.
Yeah.
And
No.
I just took my cough medicine, so I'm going to start getting loopy here soon. So this is a good time to end.
Yeah.
GG's. Had a blast playing with all of you. It was a lot of fun. Thanks to everyone here. Thanks to Steve. Thanks to Pantsless Tables. Fantastic.
Happy Pride, everyone.
Happy Pride.
Happy
Okay.
Pride.
Okay. Yeah. So as we're closing again, tell the audience who you are and shout out whatever you want to shout out, your credentials, whatever projects you're working on.
I
Okay. Yeah. Denver.
I'm Denver. I played Eggle the Wanderer, and you can find me on Twitter at DEA Grant Draws, on Blue Sky as Dendinius, and Twitch DJ D20.
Yeah. I'm just going on the screens I see first. VampireBytes.
I am VampyreBytes. You can find me all over Twitch and Discord, lurking in chats and servers everywhere, occasionally playing in games, and if you find the right servers, even running games. Oh, and I was playing Dr. Oit, the joyriding time traveler, traveling around in their wonderful time machine, vending machine.
All right. Kristen.
Hey, I'm Kristen. Thanks for watching, everyone. I don't really have much of a social media presence, but once in a while I do like to try to play a game on stream with like the many productions that are out there, because it's just honestly easier to find a game that way. So yeah, I'm at Amazing Crazy Asian, and let's be friends. Thanks.
Yeah. Adi.
Hello, folks. Thanks for watching and staying as long as you did. I'm Adi MK. You can find me at Moonlight Creations on Instagram and audiobooks on YouTube because, hey, my name's Adi and I read audiobooks. So,
Ooh. Uh, Laura Bard. Yeah.
Hey everybody, thank you for watching and thank you for donating. I'm the bard with many names. You can find me on Twitch as the bard with many names. I'm a German actor, writer, and screenwriter, and voice actor, and I'm absolutely tired by now. And you can also find me in July on the Write This channel, where I'm gonna DM a mini campaign. So if anybody would be up, I wouldn't be opposed to see a few familiar faces again.
hey, always up to play.
Yeah.
Always up to play.
All right. I'll just. Hi. I was wish. I had a blast running this game. I also don't have a lot of social media presence, but you can like follow me on Instagram. Sometimes I'll just post a map that I've drawn, and if you run into me on Discord, happy to request a game. And yeah, shout out to 2400, great collection of micro RPGs, and thanks to Jason Tochi. And thanks to everyone for watching. Thanks for everyone for donating. Yeah.
Hello, hi. I am awake. I overslept, but I'm here.
Hey.
Thank you for doing this. You are all fantastic. This is great. I will have to go back and watch because I missed everything. Okay, I'm gonna
Fine,
let you
you
all
need to
go.
sleep, dude.
Yeah, just important stuff. I missed a raid. Love you guys. Okay. Yeah, I will let you all go. Thank you for this. We're also at 1140 out of our $1250 dollars goal, which is fantastic. I am so excited. Just a reminder, if we hit $1250 raised, I will be running a 4-episode Inevitable miniseries on Pantsless Tables sometime in the near future. I'm not sure when, but soon. Depends on schedules and other things. But yeah, okay. I shall let you go. Feel free to use the room to decompress, to do anything else you need to. And yeah, again, thank you so much for doing this. It really means a lot.
And thank you, Steve.
Yeah. Thank you, Steve, for producing, running all of this. This is a great endeavor.
You're a mad lad.
And
Thanks,
yeah,
guys. You're the best.
best of luck, and like hope no more tech issues for the next 4 games.
Oh yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah. All right. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye.
GG's.